Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. Okay, so let me tell you some of the reasons why this scene with Carter and Hope is so laughable. And it's not just towards the end when they do the whole sexy saxophone music, is that, how do I sit there and describe this? You know what's really scary about some true villains? Is that they really believe that they're in the right. And they find all sorts of reasons to sit there and justify their actions. But they're still wrong at the end of the day. Yes, before I started watching the show, this is stuff that I've heard about before I started watching the show. The Holt versus the Logans, and the Logans not that they're getting their due, this, that, and the third. And one of the things that Carter Smith is saying is that he's still mad that they turned down his idea, that they weren't interested in his idea. And I'm like, okay, so because they weren't interested in your idea, your solution is to commit fraud. And I'm pretty sure that might be on a federal level, but like, your idea, because you're so butthurt by this, level of disrespect, that you're going to commit fraud. He's realistic as far as Smith is saying that they're going to burn some bridges. Hope is Smith is talking about some sort of revolution or whatever. I was like, no, it's not a revolution. And she's encouraging this. Of course she's encouraging this because it benefits her. And I'm not just saying that she's using him, but I feel like on some sort of subconscious level, let's not sit there and try to act like this isn't going to do her line any good. Because the minute that he actually gets, instated as far as, head of the company, he's going to sit there and push her line. He's going to sit there and give her financial backing. He's going to sit there and make sure that some of these other projects collab with her, where her line to sit there and do better. So let's not sit there and try to act like she's doing this just because, I want to make sure you get your due. I'm pretty sure that's a part of it. But at the end of the day, you are encouraging him to commit fraud. Now, Dolomax is sitting there. One of the things he said was that what's scary about him is that he's a lawyer. He knows what he can and can't get away with. So, while I still stand on business as far as, okay, you're going to trick them into signing this form without reading it, and then they'll go to whoever they're going to go to, and then he just gets the company like that, and there's no... Because I'm pretty sure after that happens, they're going to be like, wait, what? You put your names in? Oh, no, we're just going to sit there and fix that. I can't imagine a $1 billion company taking control of it is basically sitting there saying, well, you signed your names on it, and that's it. I know soap opera laws are flimsy to laughable to insulting, but and the sad thing is that I feel like this will work just because it's Brad Bell. Just because it's Brad Bell. So, while that's going on, you got Steffi that wants to get out this press release like yesterday. And Ridge and Eric is like, I don't really know. Like, Eric is totally against it. He's like, why don't you sit there and give it some time? And I'm kind of on Steffi's side with this one. Because even when Katie comes in, Katie's like, well, what's the rush? And she's like, no, we need to sit there and do this, put this out there, and put it to bed. We need to sit there and move forward. And while Eric is sitting there reading this press release, she's like, there's no personality in it. You're not talking about her accomplishment or anything like that. Like, you're just... And she's like, yeah, of course I'm not. She's not retiring. She's being fired. And that's the truth of the matter. And what is some time going to actually do? This chick already made up her damn mind, and it is what it is. Now, Rich leaves the room because he's like, listen, I need to sit there and try to really get to the bottom of this, making sure that everything is on the up and up, that Hope really did act inappropriate, and I don't have to sit there and think about this. Also, I don't have to sit there and hear from Brooke. So he goes to Finn's. Here's the thing about Finn. I feel like somewhat in this scenario is that Finn is so afraid of rocking the boat with his marriage, of dare to find the great queen of LA known as Steffy Forrester. He doesn't sit there, all he does is sit there and back his wife. Because Ridge is like, all right, well, do you think that she was sitting there trying to come on to you? Do you think she was really trying to seduce you? And Finn's answer is, I don't know, I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what she was sitting there thinking. I just know of what I saw. And I'm like, on one level, okay, fine, I get that. You're not inside her head, you don't know. But let's be honest. 99% of the time, smart people can usually sit there and decide and really figure out if somebody's trying to hit on me. You know? So if you don't feel that in your gut, that she was trying to come on to you, because you gotta remember, it happened so fast. 1 minute she comes out in lingerie, and then she falls on you. Now, the problem with it is that this is not the first time she decided to just act on emotions. So I get that. I do. And so maybe in his own way, I can also look at another scenario and being like, she had a pattern. Well, this is a pattern now. Because she did that the first time. She apologized afterwards. Oh, I'm sorry. Da 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 da. Yeah, whatever. You knew exactly what you were doing. And now you do this again. So, this is also not working in Hope's favor because she should have never sat there and kissed Finn in the first place. This is why I always sit there and bring this back to it being Hope's fault. Oh, you didn't work on your line. Your line's been suffering. The company has given you more than enough chances. That line needs to end anyway. Number two, you're not even sitting there giving her an actual reason of you not doing this because you don't want to quote unquote mess up Carter and make him compromise, which clearly didn't matter because she already sat there and said, "Well, I don't trust your opinion." So I don't think that secret holding it was really doing you any good. And there's probably some other reasons why this is like it's very hard for me to feel bad for her. And let's just be honest. After she got that press release and she was crying about, it just being real and it also being so very cold and just, just very cold and emotionless and she's crying, she's upset. I can't but help think that in a lot of ways this is first world problems. And not even first world problems. First world problems on an elite level. You lost your job and that sucks. But you losing your job and me losing my job is totally different. I lose my job and I sit there and think about how am I going to sit there and pay groceries and food and things of that nature. You lose your job, you'll just have a free afternoon. So that's just another reason why it's very hard. It's the same thing when Adam got kicked out of the company. Oh my God, how's he going to sit there and pay for gas and car payments or gas and a latte? Well, it's easy. He's rich. I'm not just saying that Hope is balling or anything like that, but let's be honest. Y'all not going to be sitting there trying to clip out coupons anytime soon. So that's another reason why I'm just like, eh. So Will and Electra are holding each other and everything like that, and he's about to try to kiss her, and And Will's like, oh, well, you know, somebody comes in, they're just going to be jealous. I was like, let's just be very clear about this. If your last name was not Spencer, if you was not Dollar Bill's son, and you were just Joe Schmo that just happens to get a lucky internship there, and somebody walked in there and they saw y'all two snit there being inappropriate, do you really think you would still have your job? Just thinking. Now he does sit there and say he wants to get to know every single part about her. Ivy overhears this and she jumps in, or she walks in, and eventually Spencer leaves. And you know, while Let's just snit there saying everything's gone great, she's also like, this whole thing could fall apart once he finds out about my past. I'm not gonna sit there and speculate. I saw other people do it. I'm not gonna sit there and speculate, but like, what did she do on her part? Well, here's the thing. No matter what she did on her part, it doesn't justify stalking. It doesn't. It really doesn't. If they just had a bad breakup and she was pretty much kind of a shitty person in it, then I'd be like, okay, what did you do? But this dude actually has a collage, pictures of her on a wall. So when she sits there and says, I don't want it to mess with my past. I mean, on my, my past, sit there and mess with whatever I may have with Will. I gotta sit there and think, when the facts come all together, are we really gonna be sitting there looking at a lecture like, you really need to sit there and tell tell Will about this? Tell your family about this? By the way, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like in some ways she's also kind of putting them in the crosshairs of whatever deranged nut job that she left at home. When something happens, she's gonna be partly responsible. And then you can already see she's gonna be crying, like, oh well, I didn't know he was gonna come all the way out here. Yeah, I can't wait to sit there and look forward to that. I feel like that's pretty much about it. Can't think of anything else. But if I missed anything, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, and Young and Restless. I'll see you in the next video.